What's going on, people? It's your boy Nate. We're back again. This is it. This is what we've all been waiting for. The new set has dropped. Well, for those who live outside of the UK, Space Time Smackdown. That's kind of a sick name. They did a good job. They know what they're doing. They're trying to make us spend money. I've had a quick rundown of the set. It looks pretty good, but it's obvious what is going to be the new meta. So I thought we'll take a look through it together. I'll have a look at, well, I'll try to point out what looks interesting to me, at least anyway. So I think they've also brought out trading. For trading, you'll need two types of currency. One type for the actual trade, and then the other is stamina, which I'm assuming you're going to have to buy, right? So find yourself a sugar daddy or a sugar mummy. Do you know what I mean? Like you're going to need to, we need money to invest, guys. Obviously, I'm going to try my best to play this game as free as I can, excluding pack purchasing, because dopamine is good. Right, so let's get into it. Let's see what stands out. Right, let's have a look. Let me just show you what the main big boys, right, are the Palkia. And on paper, it doesn't look great, right? So you've got Slash for 30, Dimensional Storm for 150 damage, three waters, one colorless. Discard three water energy from this Pokemon. The attack does 20 more damage. This attack also does 20 more damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So you're going to set this up with a Misty and a Manaphy, which is the card they conveniently place next to it. All right, so choose two of your benched Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, take a water energy from your energy power and attach it to that Pokemon. So you're going to want to just flood this fucking thing with energies like you would a Mewtwo. Now, I don't think that people will be using it for that right off the bat. I think what this card is this pack's Farfetch'd. Right, so you're going to slap it down. If you're going, whatever, turn 1, turn 2, you're going to throw water energy on it, and you're just going to use Slash. Because Farfetch'd was already very good at outputting pressure right off the bat with its 1 energy, colorless for 40s, right? But it only had 60 HP, I think. Anyway, this has 150, so you slap this on board, what are you going to do? Now that also is amplified by the new tools that are available to us. So you've got Giant Cape. The Pokemon this card is attached to gets plus 20 HP. So it's making it thicker. Or Rocky Helmet. You've turned your Palkia into a Druddigon. So yeah, so that's Palkia. Where's the other dude? Now Dialga is an interesting one, right? So Metallic Turbo is this is the ability that's going to be enabling a lot of decks, right? So for two metal energy, for 2 steel energy, take 2 steel energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. So, and that's your benched Pokemon. So that could be anything, right? So you could, for example, and the attack does damage too. So you could, for example, use Metallic Turbo and slap it on a Lickitung, for example, if you wanted to. You could slap it on a Nose Pass if you wanted to. But you get the gist of it. It doesn't need to be a steel type to make use of that ability. But yeah, so other than that, Heavy impact deals 100, which is not bad. It's got decent bulk at 150, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, I mean, guys, I think we're cooked, man. We might actually have to spend a shitload of money. Hopefully, we don't. I'm gonna try and I'll try my best to be as free to play as possible. But yeah, these people are very good at taking our money. Infernape for two fire energy, 140 with 170 HP. That's crazy. That's pretty thick, right? That's pretty speedy. Like, I mean, you discard both your energies, but it has 0 retreat cost. So yeah, this thing's going to be knocking stuff out, right? With the quickness. What else is there? Torterra. During next one. See, now this, they did our boy dirty. Torterra. Why has it got 4 retreat cost? 4 energy to use frenzy plant and 4 retreat cost, but Infernape is just superior in it. Like, that's not fair. Empoleon, however, this seems pretty good, right? This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So this does 80 to the active Pokemon and then 30 to one of the benched. So if your opponent is playing a Gyarados EX, for example, it deals with Magikarp. So that's probably Insta Scoop. Yanmega, it's not bad. You could pair it with Palkia to accelerate it, since it's 3 colorless for 120, but it doesn't seem like it would pack a punch. What's this? Magmortar. 4 fire energy for 100. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burnt. Now, I don't know how burn works yet. But it's probably extra damage, right? So it might not be too bad. We keep going. What else is good? It's Magius is a new introduction. This card introduces Confusion. Again, this is going to be interesting to see how it shapes the meta, right? I think it's the only card that can confuse at the moment anyway. I think it's another coin flip. It's another 50-50. Either your opponent attacks or the attack fails. I don't know whether it does damage if the attack fails or not. That's one of those things that I'll have to dig into a bit further. Now the trio, Mesprit, Azelf, and Uxie. These guys seem to work quite well together. So you'd want to start off with something like this. Take a psychic energy from your energy zone, attach it to a Mesprit or an Azelf. This one is obviously the weakest one, right? This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. But then Baby Girl Mesprit for 3 psychic energy, 160. That's big boy damage, right? You can only use his attack if you have Uxie and Azelf on your bench. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. So that's knocking out quite a few EX monsters. We might as well start theory crafting right now. Rampardos, one of my favorite dudes. For 1 energy, right? Head smash, 130 damage. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, this Pokemon also does 50 damage to itself. Are you seeing the potential here? You're just headbutting dudes into oblivion. Loving it. Energy. For anybody in the UK, they would understand. Black Air Force 1 energy. I don't know if it's a US thing, but Rampardos, this guy's got the shiniest Black Air Force 1s. Fresh Air Force 1 Rampardos. Okay, so here things start to get a little bit more interesting, right? So the poison decks in the previous gen or the previous packs, they were solid. They were a solid choice. but they were quite slow, right? It would take time for them to ramp up. I mean, they're great because they have longevity. They've got sticking power, coughing, and wheezing. Are usually the main stars of the poison archetype. But now with the introduction of Weavile, if your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, this attack does 40 more damage. So that's swinging for 70 for 1 energy, which is amazing. But then pair that with a Darkrai EX. Its ability is crazy, right? Whenever you attach a Dark Energy from your energy zone to this Pokemon, do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So you already see how the two are meant to work together. They're perfectly synced. You could also play it with the Spiritomb. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. So I'm assuming that's all of them, which is sick. So you've already enabled the Weavile to come in and just cause chaos, basically, which is fantastic. This is the real fan favorite, Garchomp, big boy. Reckless Shearing. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once per turn, you may draw a card. That's pretty sick. I like that. I like that ability. It's nice deck thinning capabilities, right? Now the other, right? Dragon Claw. Only does 100, but at 2 energies, it's not that bad. It also came with, where are you? Cynthia. Right, during this turn, attacks used by your Garchomp or Togekiss to plus 50 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So for 2 energy and a supporter, your Garchomp is KOing a lot. It's doing a lot of damage. But again, I think these tools that they're introducing is gonna be very popular, right? So I can already see from Rocky Helmet, imagine stalling with a Duradigon with a Rocky Helmet attached. So now you're using Druddigon's ability, which deals 20 damage already, and then the Rocky Helmet activates. That's 40 damage for essentially free. You've not wasted an energy. All you've used is a Rocky Helmet and a Duradigon. So that's such a massive deterrent for your opponent to attack, right? So essentially you can stall for an extremely long time with a combination of Rocky Helmet and a Duradigon, or with a lot of things, which is great, because I was fearing power creep, right? Because there aren't very many things that could take out a 170 Infernape, 170 HP Infernape, but with the combination of items and stuff, you can sort of whittle it down a little bit easier. So yeah, the set looks pretty fun. I think there are a lot of cards that we can use to craft our own little fun decks. Hopefully I'll be able to sort of come up with something funky. What's this? Ooh, Skarmory. Okay, so Metal Arms. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached to it, this attack does 30 more damage. So this is doing 50 for 1 energy, which is not bad at all. Pairing that with the tool again, Giant Cape, for example, it takes it up to 100 HP and it gives it more attack bonus. Bidoof. Look at this. This is a bad boy. Super Fang. Half your opponent's active Pokemon's remaining HP rounded down. That's pretty cool. All in all, not a bad set. I mean, these guys know what they're doing with, in terms of making us spend more money. With the introduction of trading as well. And they've not even allowed us full access to the trading, right? I think there are restrictions to it. Yeah, don't trade. Just buy packs. Even then, don't go crazy unless you have somebody's credit card. Baba?
Yeah?
Can I have your credit card, please?
What for?
Pokemon cards?
No.
Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Take a look at the card list for yourself when you get a chance. Theory craft as much as possible. It's a pretty good set. It looks pretty fun. I'm glad that they've introduced it sooner rather than later, because I was getting bored of playing against Celebi and Gyarados and all that shit. So yeah, hopefully we can make some magic with this. That's it for me. I hope everyone has a lovely evening, and let me know what you pull. Don't forget to subscribe. Love.